Hello, I'm going to be talking about phylogenetics. So a phylogenetic tree is a diagram used to show relationships between different species in most cases, or it could also be strains or alleles or whatever we're looking at. Some quick vocabulary for y'all. OTUs, or operational taxonomic units, are the separate species or strains or alleles we're looking at. In this diagram that I'm going to show you, we're going to be referring to these objects as different species. Anagenesis is gradual evolution. There won't be any branching and it will be one singular OTU. We're not going to look at that. What we're going to be looking at is an example of cladogenesis, where there is branching on the tree and splitting that leads to multiple different OTUs. And this example is going to be a rooted tree, which shows the distance between OTUs and also the order of divergence. So we'll be able to see how each species is related to the other. And then outgroup is an OTU that diverges the most early on in the tree. So here's an example of cladogenesis because you can see the common ancestors between the objects due to the branching. All these objects here at the top are going to be the OTUs. These are all of the different species that we're looking at. These nodes here between all of the objects are the internal nodes. They represent the most recent common ancestor between all of these objects, and that just refers to the ancestor or the species that gave rise to both of the species that branch off from it. So these are represented by the internal nodes, and that will be like just a common characteristic between these two objects. So this one here would be the common ancestor for stainless steel because that's the material that they're both made of. This one would be plastic. This one would be glass or like breakable materials. And these two, it would be like the common ancestor for cookware, like materials that you'd use in the kitchen. Then this common ancestor would be durable because these objects all are less easy to break and are more durable. This internal node represents the common ancestor for objects that would hold drinks or liquids, things that we would commonly drink out of, like mugs and cups and things like that. This common ancestor would be for objects related to holding liquids or things like that. And then you can see here that the plate is the outgroup because it diverged the earliest on and is the most separate from all these other species. I got all my information from the PlayPosit videos.